Hey guys, Ryan here with the week of May 4th programming video. So if you feel like me, where you're getting a little off track on your nutrition because you're at home and you're out of your schedule, definitely talk to one of our nutrition coaches. Reach out to Danny and Chelsea so you can learn more about our one-on-one nutrition coaching. May Murph Prep, it is here finally. We're by the time you watch this video, we may have already started it. I've actually added it to the slides here just so you know what we're doing that day if you're following along with that May Murph Prep. And hopefully in June, things are safe enough for us to get do some Murph, do the actual Murph as a group together live. All right, so Monday, CBC workout. This is a confidence workout. This is our 2 rounds, 3 minutes at each movement with no rest between the movements, 2 minutes of rest between the rounds. That means 24 full minutes of work there, 12-minute halves to make it through this. Is all about finding a consistent, steady pace. Our burn factors are at 8 there. So lateral step-ups. Not the biggest step-ups you do. You want to think about moving consistently the entire 3 minutes. So if you got too big a step-up, you may get slowed down too much there. But you want to kind of be close to 90 degrees on that leg bend if you can and keep moving through that. Otherwise, you're picking a step that allows you to keep moving. If for some reason you have a situation where you don't have something where you can step up and over on, then you'll just, maybe you're on a staircase and you have to do lateral step-ups, 5 on one side and 5 on the other, and keep doing that to make your way through those 3 minutes. Half get-ups. So we will stay at half get-ups there because some of you got some challenging weights at home. And so in order to be able to use those weights, we're not going to do the full get-ups. Plus, we're already doing the step-ups there, so we don't need to incorporate that lower body in the get-up. So we're going to stick with the upper body part of the get-up there. Hopefully you guys can use your weights there. If you have to decrease or play with the rep scheme there to use your weights at home, we may let you do that as well. And then deadlifts and hopovers. So the point of this is to move consistently for 3 minutes with your deadlifts and hopovers. You can add some weight on your barbell if you want there. Otherwise, you're doing single-sided deadlifts with the kettlebells and dumbbells. And then the hopovers may be step overs. They're just a way to break up those deadlifts. So we're not like doing our fastest hopovers here. Just consistent pace for 3 minutes. And then we're adding in what is mostly a cardio element here, but it should be a lot of fun. Since we can't row, since we can't bike, since we can't be on the ski erg, we're going to do some kick or boxing, some exercise boxing. So it's a jab, jab, cross, and we'll show you how to do that. You'll do that 3 times, and then 3 squat thrusts, and then you'll stand up and switch sides on the jab, jab, cross, and then your squat thrust, and make your way through the 3 minutes that way. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with that and find out how much that's going to win you as well. And then we'll work on the glutes with our side lying hip abduction for our cash out. Tuesday's workout, starting with upper body strength, pullovers. This is where you're laying on the ground, arms are extended behind you, and you're lifting your weight with straight arms over your head, working into your lats and your chest with that. And then we're getting into a descending rep scheme here, 24 down to 3. This comes out to 108 reps of cleans and push-ups here. So this is a very well-balanced day. You've got that big hip extension, you've got the squat with the legs, you've got the upper body push, well-balanced, but you want to make sure you don't come out too hot on this. You've got big reps to do, big sets to do, this 24, 21, 18. But after that, you're trying to burn through your reps as fast as possible as you end this workout. And then you see at the end there is our Murph prep. So we won't do that during class, but just so you know what we're doing that day, 20 burpees or pull-ups and 40 sit-ups. We are not partitioning them yet. So you're doing all your pull-ups or burpees at once and then all your sit-ups at once. Once you come back to the sequence of pull-ups and sit-ups, you'll then start to partition them faster next week. Or actually maybe later this week. I think Saturday you get to partition. On Wednesday, so this is another CBC style workout. This is our vital commitment workout. So we're changing work intervals here, going from a minute of work to 30 seconds of work. So we're getting close by the time we're done with this workout to a 1-to-1 work-rest ratio. So this allows you to pace yourself and get to some really intense work by the time you're done with this workout. It's 2 times through these movements with a minute of work, 25 seconds of rest, then 2 times through with 45 seconds of work, and then 2 times through with 30 seconds of work. So the jump ropes are going to go from just trying to maintain a minute of work to maybe doing some high singles or some double under work, or you're just trying to do some higher line hops, or you're doing a step up as a replacement for that. Pull-ups and sheet pulls, this is going to get really hairy with all the time domains here. What you want to think about is pacing yourself for that minute of work. So you don't want to go too fast on those and do like 10 pull-ups or 10 sheet pulls too fast and then have nothing left in you. So you're going to pace that out, maybe do 10 at a moderate pace, rest, another 10, rest, and so forth to make out that minute. And then you're not going to speed up for the 45 and 30 seconds. You're just going to maintain that moderate pace, but make those sheet pulls harder. Or if you're doing pull-ups, maybe increase the rate just a little bit. Sumo deadlift high pulls the entire time, but you're going to get faster as you have less work to do. And then the wall sit squat hold, there's lots of variations here. You may start with a wall sit for the minute at a time and go to a squat hold, the bottom of an active squat hold for 45 seconds, and then maybe even add weight and have a squat hold with a goblet position for your final 30-second rounds. Or you could possibly start with that squat hold if you're feeling good and then add in weight later and maybe even go to a single-sided rack hold with those 30 seconds since you got to go back through everything and then end with 30 seconds on the other side. So lots of variations here, but there's to increase your intensity and make the squat hold harder. And then we'll work on the shoulders, 3x7 YTWs after that. And our Murph prep that day is an 800-meter run. Thursday, squat day. So it is very easy in doing these workouts, you guys have felt this, to really get some good upper body work in with calisthenics and with body weight movements. But it's hard to get that brutal leg day without just doing a bazillion squats and lunges and stuff like that. So this is one way to get that brutal leg day in, a 12-minute AMRAP. And we've already done some legs early in the week, so this will just cap that off. But before that, we're going to do some cane squats, which we've got pretty comfortable doing. It's like doing a good morning into a back squat, back to a good morning and standing up. Then we got this 12-minute AMRAP, and it's all about intensity here. 20 single-arm thrusters, or if you got a barbell, you're just doing thrusters with the empty barbell, and then 20 pistols or goblet reverse lunges. So your legs are pumping the entire 12 minutes, doing something different between these two different variations of squats and lunges there. I did a version of this, and my legs were destroyed after it. So don't skip leg day. Don't skip leg day. Don't skip this day. With the pistols, this is not a day to play around with pistols and try to practice them. You need to pick something that's going to be proficient and allow you to move, looking to get at least 4 rounds in that day, and it's possible to get 6 rounds in. So if pistols aren't your thing, go ahead and go to the reverse lunges. If you can't get to 90 degrees with that box, pistol to a box, then you're going ahead and doing the reverse lunges. If you've got some pistols, but 20 at a time is just going to slow you down too much, then we will decrease that amount to maybe doing 14 pistols per round as you do this. But epic leg day that day, don't skip it. Friday, so upper body strength that day with 3 sets of Z press. So that's kind of a seated press on the ground, strict press. And you're working to a 9 of your RPE. So that means you're getting close to failure, but not completely to failure. We'll get through that, and then we're going to get the heart rate up. So this is a Tabata style of these movements. So we're going to do 8 rounds of burpees or squat thrusts, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and immediately into 8 rounds of sit-ups with that 20-10, 8 rounds of kettlebell swings, and then finish with burpees. So a lot of times with Tabatas, we're thinking about like doing push-ups. We're thinking, man, I got to pick a number that's pretty conservative when I start so I don't run out of push-ups in those 8 rounds. That is not the case with these movements. You can really push and have a reach goal for each of your 20 seconds of work. So you want to think whatever option you're choosing, burpee or squat thrust, you can do at least 5 in 20 seconds, and you're going to maintain that all 8 rounds. If you can do 6 or 7 burpees, that's what you're going to push for all 8 rounds. And your sit-ups, you're just going to push, get all your sit-ups in 20 seconds, don't slow down. And then kettlebell swings. Again, you're going to probably pick a double-digit number, 10 to 12 or 13 kettlebell swings, and hold on to that every 8 rounds. Or if you're doing plate snatches because you have a barbell, you're going to double up on those plates, either 2 10s together or 2 25s together. And that's going to cycle a little bit slower, but again, you're going to pick that number and stick to it all 8 rounds. And then the last set of burpees are the challenging one because the first set, you're kind of fresh. The second set, after the kettlebell swings, the heart rate's still up, but you're still going to have that same goal, and you're still going to try to push all 8 rounds for that goal. And then our Murph prep that day is push-ups and squats. Again, we're still not breaking those up just yet. You're going through in order with that. And then Saturday. I know we did a lot of leg work earlier today or earlier in the week. I talked about that, but that was mostly quad work. This is going to be more glute work. So you're going to choose a step. It's not the highest step. It's going to be no more than 90-degree bend in the leg. And you're going to think about pulling your weight, pulling your body onto that box. So you're really getting to the glutes there, the backside of the leg. On tempo will help you kind of control that. 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down, all 10 on one side and then 10 on the other, and you'll get some rest in as you go through this. Probably just hold your weight in a farmer's carry, unless you've got the barbell, that will be in a rack position. Then we've got a unique workout here, 5 rounds of a 2-minute run. And we want that 2-minute run to be pretty hard. So hopefully you have something, a watch or a phone you can use where you're going to run a minute out and run a minute back in. It's awesome if you can do this outside. Otherwise, it should even work if you're in your basement to run upstairs and out the driveway and turn around and come back and you have that point. It's about a 2-minute run every time. And it's going to be a hard run that day. If you're not able to do that, you're running around in circles wherever you're at, or you're alternating like 30 seconds of high knees and 30 seconds of butt kickers to make it through that 2 minutes. Going into break dancers, that's 10 on each side, making sure every rep looks the same. And then we're working with crushing the guns, our biceps with crush curls with our weights, and strict high pulls with our weights. So this is not a sumo deadlift high pull. This is just upper body moving that weight. So you're getting a lot of pulling going in that day. Back to hard runs, break dancers for some fun, and then really crushing the upper body and the guns there. Our Murph prep that day is 30 burpees or pull-ups and 60 sit-ups. At this point, we can partition the reps to get through this as fast as possible. That may be 6 rounds of 5 pull-ups and 10 push-ups if you need to, but get through that as fast as possible with that partition. All right, see you guys in class.